With the rise of AI, new technologies come even faster, and hoteliers want to switch to new technologies, want to try out things even faster. They need a truly reliable platform to build upon.
Welcome to a special HITEC Modern Hotelier, the most engaged podcast in hospitality. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow, and let us know in the comments what you think about today's episode. Steve, who do we have on the program?
Yeah, David, we got the Apaleo team with us today. We have Philip von Ditfurth, one of the co-founders, and also Florian Montag, the SVP of Revenue. Thank you for sitting down with us, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Pleasure. It's a great show. Great to be here.
So, Philip, we're going to start with you. You built a market-leading platform in logistics and real estate before hospitality was really even on your radar. What made you look at the hotel industry and think, this is where I want to do it again?
Yeah, I think all of these industries, they have in common that they are highly fragmented, that they are lacking a bit of the digitization compared to other industries, and that they are great industries. So all of them were intriguing to me to serve with open platforms and to support the digitization of those industries.
That's great. And Florian, on the other hand, you come from the hotel world. You studied hotel management, worked in hotels, and then sold hotel software review platform before joining Apaleo. That's not the typical path in the tech world, especially in hospitality. How does having that background as a hotelier really change the way you not only talk about technology, but also sell it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it changes the complete essence, right? I'm in the hospitality space because I love hospitality and I love this whole offering experiences. And I think the industry is just an incredible industry with incredible amount of people in there, which have great stories. And technology, and why I came into it was, we saw that a lot of hotels and operators are struggling to run their businesses because they didn't have the right technology. So when I started my first company right out of hotel school, it was all about enabling hoteliers to find the right software solutions. And today at Apaleo, it's the same story. It's enabling hoteliers to leverage the new technology trends, and we're at HITEC, so we see a lot of new evolutions. And so when I sell software, it's not about just growing the company, but it's really seeing how can I help the hoteliers to reach their goals? Because at the end of the day, we all want to grow as an industry, and if we see our customers being successful, we as a company at Apaleo, we're also successful and we're growing. So it's a win-win, and it's all about the passion for hospitality.
Sure, and I love that the hotelier is the top of mind for you, not making that sale. You want to help the hotelier. I love to hear that.
Philip, CitizenM is known for operating at a level of efficiencies that many traditional hotels struggle to match. When you worked with them, what did you understand about technology and operations that the rest of the industry is still missing today?
I think CitizenM is a perfect example how you can leverage guest experience and operational efficiency by the use of technology. Right. So the guest experience and the operational efficiency, they always came first. And then with a relatively tech-savvy team, CitizenM really questions what can we do to make those the best experiences, both for the guests as for the staff. And in that sense, they are pretty unique. And I would even say it's a good role model how to think of technology and how to leverage your business using technology. It's not technology for its own sake. It's rather how can you intelligently use it and then leverage on your core business KPIs.
So, Florian, you came up through hotel operations before moving into tech. When you talk about hoteliers, and you talk to hoteliers about agentic AI, what's the question they're really asking versus the conversation the industry thinks they want to have?
I mean, we could have a whole podcast and multiple sessions talking about AI, right? And I think the big development from kind of like when you talk about agentic is also, it's not just about getting data and getting a quick insight or from all of the generative insights which you see, but it's about how can you leverage autonomous agents to support your operations, to really take out in certain processes the human interaction, to make sure that the human can focus on something different. And where I look at it, and when we speak with hotel operators, it's all about, okay, where do you really support us in taking out the mundane tasks, or enable our staff to offer a better service. But the second point as well, and this is the question a lot of people are not asking enough, but it's the blocker for real adoption. It's all about governance, it's compliance. It's a topic about AI is cool, agents are cool, but can I actually implement them in my business so that they can actually work? And it's not just a nice demo at the HITEC trade show. And I think this is the stage where we are in the industry. It's like, how can I convince my C-levels that we can implement this and start leveraging it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Philip, I'm excited to ask you this because you built Apaleo a little differently than most companies. You built it with open APIs and composable architecture, while most companies were being built all-in-one systems and closed, not as open APIs, I'll say. What did that cost you more in the early days, but what did it make possible now that wouldn't have been possible if you went the other route?
Yeah, good question. It's definitely not the fastest track to work with such a consistent and clean architectural approach. It takes longer. It allows almost no shortcut, and it poses, the utmost discipline to follow your path, because there are a lot of attractive shortcuts on the way where you could do things a bit in the background and so forth. But we truly believe that an open platform is the right recipe to let hoteliers at the end compose their ideal tech stack, even develop own components if they wish, and be flexible over time, so that whenever there's a new technology and they want to exchange a piece in their tech stack, that they have the liberty to do so. So at the beginning, it really cost time and discipline to keep the architecture as clean as it is today. It radically pays off today, as the flexibility is even more demanding than we thought. With the rise of AI, new technologies come even faster, and hoteliers want to switch to new technologies, want to try out things even faster. At the same time, they need a truly reliable platform to build upon. So all the flexibility is fine if you get consistent transactions below in the backbone, and that's what we allow hoteliers to do. So the payoff is truly big, and I think on the long run we couldn't thought about it when we founded Apaleo. There was no such thing as conversational AI back then. And now we see that the payoff is even greater because of the architecture that allows LLMs to easily connect with Apaleo through MCP and APIs, that you can build agents on top of our backbone more easily with a high level of flexibility. And that's what one of the biggest benefits, and I would say the advantages, is that we can offer today to our clientele.
Yeah, maybe it took longer, but better product, and you would have had to open up those APIs now, so probably saved you time in the long run.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Correct. So we got to talk about AI, Florian. Every hotel now wants AI, but some hotel stacks are not ready for it yet. Can you kind of tell me a little bit more about some of the warning signs and also signs that a hotel is ready to implement AI?
Yeah, again, there's multifacets to it. And the number one topic is, who are the right leaders in your company, and where do you stand today in your positioning? If you're a traditional mom and pop hotel, it might be more of a transformational change than more sophisticated operators. And also here, are they from the big chains and the big brands and have a lot of requirements, or do they have smaller decision-making processes? And so the best suited to kind of adopt and move forward is the ones sophisticated enough, but at the same time lean enough to take faster decisions and be able to take smaller bets and try things out. Second point is your tech architecture. If you're on the kind of legacy on-prem solutions, very difficult to be able to leverage AI and to have the right data, have the right connectivity. And as well, it's where do you want to go, right? Like we're talking about the first agent use cases, AI use cases around. Do you want to have it in your closed system where the vendor owns and controls everything? Or are you actually saying, okay, we know that AI is in the long run going to be a differentiator and a very important part of our business. So do me as an operator want to have control of that? So you look at an architecture and infrastructure of your systems, which needs to be open, give access to the data and enable you to have control of your AI strategy and then work typically with the best-in-class vendors or new AI native startups to build that. Most of the operators might think about, hey, I'm going to vibe code this and I'm going to vibe code that. I think that's cool. It's cool to try things out, but it's not where you're going to really get operational impact and value out. And last but not least, what we hear as well is people just saying like, get an MCP and it's going to solve everything. But that's a dangerous path as well, because if your vendor and the tech below is not ready for kind of fine-grained user access controls and making sure that the agents can only interact with certain specific data and the setup is not right, then again, you're bringing more challenges on a leadership level again, that it will not be rolled out and not really be implemented. So the best ones who are who can leverage it is know that AI is important, build a small AI committee, make sure that you have the right open infrastructure and that you then look at specific cases in your operations, in the hotels, and you can start solving them and building your competence with that. And step by step, roll it out, and then you'll have at some point an agentic layer where agents can communicate with one another and really support your organization. It's not something which happens overnight. It's a transformational change, and make sure you have the right tech partners on the side which can help you on that journey and give you the control and the ownership as an operator.
100% agree.
So Philip, when clients are looking to work with you, what is the conversation that you want to be having with them?
The clients that want to work with us, they typically face challenges in providing the guest experience, in running their operations in a smooth, transparent, and consistent way. So the approach with almost every customer we talk to is less technical than truly operational, and in that sense, that is the starting point of our discussions. And shortly after, we elaborate what is it that we can contribute to a better guest experience or to the operational efficiency. And then technology follows, certainly. And yes, we are a platform provider, so very shortly after, we're talking about how to compose a tech stack, how to optimize the tech stack, and so forth. But I think it's fair to say that the majority of all the conversations that we have, they start with a business challenge. They start with a business opportunity sometimes, and that is the starting point. And technology follows that in shortly after.
Okay. All right. So this one is for both you, but Florian, we'll start with you. Okay. So if a hotelier is listening to this and they're thinking about the next 3 years, what is one of the decisions they need to make now, or they'll regret it not making it?
I think it's always about foundations. We're talking about 3 years, and in a tech world,
Right.
3 years is not a lot. But in a hotel operator world, it is a very short period of time. You don't want to make large investments just for kind of the next 12, 24 months. That's not how IT budgets work. And that's
Yep.
not how budgeting if I put on the CFO lens, doesn't work. So what is the highest likelihood that I select something which will last 3, 5, 7 years, is looking at an open infrastructure, the core systems, where you know you're a partner which is looking into the future and is ready. But at the end of the day, you're not fully locked into making sure that you have your control on top of that and that you can adapt and leverage innovation happening over these next 36 months and that you can make incremental changes. Because if you just buy what is the most sexy today, it might be that in 12 months' time, it's not anymore that sexy, but then you have to rechange everything and your CFO won't like it.
So Philip, what do you think?
I think you should not trust those all-in-one promises that you get everything out of one hand for such a diverse industry in an environment which changes at such pace. So I think you should, as we did with our clean architecture, we talked about that before, you should well consider what the right foundation is, as Florian said, and rather think where you want to make the difference and then be very selective and not follow the tempting shortcut. Rather do what you think is really supporting your business, and then you will make the right decision and it will pay off over the coming years.
That's
And
great
one
advice.
last point,
Yes.
we're not in a world of slides anymore. So ask your vendor, show me.
Right.
Because we're in a world of things so easily to build and so easy to make. It's don't show me a slide, show me it in action.
That is a great point. Well, that does it for another episode of the Modern Hotelier. Gentlemen, plug away, let us know how they can get in touch with each one of you, find out more about the company.
Yeah, check us out on LinkedIn. Let's connect there. And really looking forward to having additional conversations about AI, about technology, about hospitality. And thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Well, that does it for this special HITEC Modern Hotelier, the most engaged podcast in hospitality. Whether you're watching or listening, we appreciate you and hope to be with you again soon. Thank you, guys.
You made it to the end of the Modern Hotelier. Thanks for watching or listening. The Modern Hotelier is produced by Modern Hotelier Media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or subscribe wherever you get your podcast. If you know a good guest, sponsor, or have media needs, feel free to reach out to us at hello@themodernhotelier.com. Thanks and have a great day.